Okay, like Bono, I was awed with shock by one of the major stories of Inquirer. I think it was this morning. Ano? Pero Bono, ituloy mo yung reaction
No,
mo.
yesterday.
Yesterday,
It was
okay.
yesterday. I got amused when I read the story because it said that he is proposing, this lawyer, election lawyer, proposing for the abolition of Congress, and he wants to approach the problem by having someone file a resolution in Congress to abolish Congress. No fool will do that.
Well, only a fool will propose that.
Maybe so. No, anyone, I called the proposal hallucinatory. Because according to him, according to the story in the Inquirer, he began to propose the idea in 2004. There was no single taker. That was 10 years ago, continuing until now, and he still insists on proposing the idea. You know.
Now, I have two issues there. Number one, Attorney Romy ang tawag sa kanya. I call him Makalinta. He was a leech that hung on, nakasipsip kay Gloria Arroyo noon. Siya ang abogado ni Gloria Arroyo in many cases, ano. And during the Hello Garci, nasaan siya? Nandun siya kay Gloria Arroyo. Ano? And I think the whole world knows what happened there. And this Makalintal should be disbarred if his record is reviewed. This is not like Bono Adaza as a lawyer or Attorney Alan Pagia who sacrificed 6 or 7 years of suspension on the matter of principle. This is a leech. Linta itong si Makalintal. Bakit naman, second point ko, bibigyan ng ganyang kalaking importansya ng Daily Inquirer. Did I expect too much from the Inquirer to have some integrity also? No. Apparently, I'm correct. They do not have that.
I'm afraid, based on my experience, that you were expecting too much from
the Inquirer. Yes.
I'm not saying anything about the Inquirer, but I can say with a certain degree of authority that to expect the Inquirer not headlining in the inner pages, Makalintal, is out of this world. Because I've been a victim of several stories from the Inquirer, but I don't mind. They love each dog has its day. Di ba?
But I think it is also becoming obvious that the Inquirer is being used as an instrument in muddling the issue, ano, hinahaluka yung issue hanggang kung saan gusto dalhin ng mga PR operators sa likod nitong magkalaban ng mga panig. We don't know. Ano?
You know, Mintong, I'm about the Inquirer. I am blackballed by mainstream media. Why? In 2010, I filed a petition in May with the Supreme Court and with the Ombudsman that the media in the Philippines cooperated in the perversion of the election law, the automated election law. So I filed the case in the Supreme Court so that to declare that the election was null and void, and therefore nobody was elected. It took the Supreme Court 3 years to give due course to the petition. 3 years, and it took the...
And that's already illegal, di ba?
Yeah.
3 years.
No. If you were to observe the provision of the Constitution, but you know, the previous Supreme Courts defined the provision of the Constitution as directory. It's not mandatory, but actually it's a mandatory provision. I disagreed with that particular decision. Now, in the case of the proposal of Attorney Makalintal, he should have studied this Constitution, because a resolution is not a solution. It cannot be a solution. There are 3 other ways of solving that particular problem, and they are there in the Constitution. If he wants to abolish in Congress, he can talk with Pinoy. But since
It's like Cory Aquino abolishing.
we were abolished by Cory Aquino.
Yung panahon ni Marcos din.
Yeah, the Congress was abolished. So first solution is talk to Pinoy, declare a constitutional transition government, and let him abolish Congress. That's constitutional. Second,
But why does he have to abolish it? It's his Congress. Kontrolado niya.
yeah, of course he will not.
He
I'm just saying the solution,
Yeah, okay.
the constitutional solutions. The second is for the people to do it. The people did it in EDSA 1. Put Cory in place, and Cory abolished us. She borrowed 4.5 years of my term, because our term was 6 years. We got abolished. And the third, of course, is Section 3, Article 2 of the Constitution. As the protector of the people, the military can abolish the Constitution. These are the constitutional remedies not the hallucinatory one that you pass a resolution.
Oh, naririnig siguro si Bono ng mga sundalo natin. Ha?
No, I'm not trying to entice them. I'm just
You're
saying,
just educating them
yeah, I'm
in the
educating-
legal possibilities.
of course,
Oh.
it's there. Concrete cases in the Constitution.
Okay, si Karan tonto ay. Karan, please.
Actually, gusto kong balikan kasi, alam mo, ang hinala ko, one reason why the Supreme Court is having difficulty, or should I put it this way, na talagang dinidelay yan. Because should the court decide to declare that the unconstitutional and illegal, it will open the door for the formal filing of
Impeachment.
impeachment against Noynoy Aquino. It's culpable violation of the Constitution. Doon sila namumblema. Kaya hanggat gumagawa sila ngayon ng paraan kung paano nila maluluto, mahihilot na maging legal yan. Dahil pagka ginawa nilang illegal yan, wala nang paraming usapan.
So malamang ang sinasabi mo rin, hindi nila gagawing illegal yan. Oh, di ba?
Pero hindi rin eh.
Oh.
Alam mo bakit?
Eh,
Nahihirapan na sa
yung
pagtatawanan ng
in
Supreme
other
Court.
words, sinasabi mo na may dilema sila
May
din.
dilema sila. Mas maliwanag sa sikat ng araw eh. Na nilabas nila pera na, nilabas sila na walang appropriation yan.
Okay.
Rod,
Babalikan ko lang si Bono before you talk on this. Is mukhang yung boses ni Bono narinig. Pero sa Thailand.
ako, I'm just analyzing the constitutional problems and the constitutional solutions. Now, it's up to the people who hear me here or anywhere else, because I don't change my opinion, to do what they must. But it's not on my suggestion. They should listen only to my analysis. And from there, they can make their own decisions. Now, on Rod's statement, that pagtatawan ang Korte Suprema, if the
Pagtatawanan.
pagtatawanan.
Bisaya.
no?
Bisaya ka rin, ano? Bisaya ka rin.
Kaya matigas.
They will be laughing at the Supreme Court. But it's not the first time in the history of the Supreme Court
That they're laughed at.
that people keep laughing, but there are no effective results. So,
Yeah, but I want to, being from the media, I go back to Inquirer. Bakit ang pipiliin nilang i-highlight yung mga tulad ni Makalinta, but not sila, Pagia, for example, talagang nagpakita ng prinsipyo all throughout his career. Tapos yung whistleblowers in the Napoles case, binigyan ng malaking litrato, 6 sila nakaupo na parang
Nakapost yun.
Nakapost.
Inayos yun.
Tapos yung mga nakaayos na mga ebidensya.
Truckloads
So
of
obviously,
evidence.
bini-build up ng Inquirer, but on your exposés, how is the Inquirer treating it? Do you think it's been fair?
Sa mga exposés po namin, ng grupo namin, wala.
Kulang, no?
Hindi,
O wala
actually,
talaga?
hindi nga yung Wednesday na nangyari, Thursday, lahat ng dyaryo, na-carry kami. Pero ang Inquirer, kahit a single name,
Kasi proteksyon ng Inquirer sa administrasyon.
opo.
Yan ang lumalabas. Bono, any reaction?
yeah, I agree with you there. But the Inquirer also listens to the drumbeats and the bugle calls. Just like rats in a sinking ship. The rats in a sinking ship will jump first before the ship sinks. And I think the Inquirer is beginning to see that the house of cards is beginning to be blown away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rod, you have anything to add to the poetic, again, rendition of our guest?
Tama si Bono dyan. Talaga, palubog na nga ito. Kaya nga, ang going back to that issue, kaya nga, hindi ko pwede itong kalimutan ito. Kasi magiging problema talaga nila yan. Anong gagawin nila yan? Sabi nga natin, pagtatawanan, ang problema, masisira ay imahe ng Korte Suprema dyan. Kasi maliwanag yan eh. Kaya hanggang ngayon, nagpupumilit sila. Hindi ko alam kung anong gagawin nila riyan.
Lalong masisira ang imahe ng Korte Suprema. Sa
Pag ginawa
marami.
nilang legal yan.
Lalo na, no? Pero sa akin, sirang-sira naman ng Korte Suprema sa daming kaso na hindi nila inaasikaso. But I think the other victim na matindi dito, ang ombudsman. Si Conchita Morales Carpio Morales, na yung mga actions din na kaduda-duda, di ba? In relation to your mga issues, do you feel anything? May impact ba sa inyo?
Well, yung itong sa ombudsman ngayon, ako mismo personally, I filed a case against the governor of Masbate et al. who is also involved in this PDAFI scam. It's more than a year, wala pang nangyari. Tapos yung kimakilala, yung sa Bureau of Correction, na inupuan ni De Lima, yung recommendation for 2 years, more than 2 years. May final din po kami sa Ombudsman. Thank God, 2 taon na rin, wala ding nangyari.
Yeah.
Well, I was with a group of retired generals recently, and I said, itong matuwid na daan, sabi na matuwid na daan sa kanilang bulsa. That is what is happening today. Bono, you're going to add something.
Alam mo, Minto, yung sinasabi mong matuwid na daan, I was listening to a homily by a healing priest. And he was saying, matuwid na daan, there is only one matuwid na daan in this planet, and it goes straight to hell.
That's also biblical, di ba?
Oh, that's also biblical. Because the road to heaven is not matuwid. It
Long and winding.
Long and winding. Now, this matuwid na daan, the road to perdition and the road to hell. Now, that's what's happening, I think. The people are experiencing hell in this country, not only because of the hot weather, but because of what's happening.
Okay. Now, we have our last few minutes. I'll go back to Sandra. So, let's get an update about the Whistleblowers Association. Bakit parang nagkukulang nga ang suporta sa Whistleblowers group?
Wala naman talagang suporta ang gobyerno. Hindi kami nakatanggap ng kahit isang suporta.
Hindi ba may batas tayo on the whistleblowers or
Wala
witness
pa.
protection?
Hindi pa
You
pumapasa.
are campaigning for a whistleblowers
Whistleblowers bill.
bill. Anong mga nandyan sa bill na yan?
Yung whistleblowers bill, 3 Congress nang dumaan, walang nangyari.
Kung 3 Congress, halos 9 years na yan.
9 years na po. At
Anong
ngayon,
hinihiling doon sa...
ang hinihiling sana namin doon, first, ayaw namin na DOJ lang ang may hawak ng program.
Now, which program? Witness protection or whistleblowers?
The whistleblowers.
Okay.
Because nakikita nga po natin yung last administration, hindi naman kami napasok sa WPP. Ngayon ganun din. Pagkalabang ka ng gobyerno, hindi ka talaga makapasok.
Kasi si Carrot was also saying may witness protection program na nga, no? Anong kaibahan nitong WPP at saka itong whistleblowers?
Ang sa Whistleblowers Act bill kasi, ang inaano namin dyan na kasi malalaking kaso ito against the government.
So,
Ang kailangan po namin sana change of residence. Mabigyan man lang sana ng financial support.
Hindi pa sila classified as witness. Whistleblower lang.
Whistleblower.
Mabigyan na nitong mga tulong. Okay.
Kasi mga malalaking issues ito
issues.
Malalaking halaga.
Alam mo, Sandra, your bill should be this, though I don't believe that it will ever pass Congress. The bill should be create an independent institution.
They want.
Create an independent institution that will be beyond the reach of the 3 departments
Well,
of government. Like in the United
as you mentioned that, I remember Hong Kong, how it cleaned up, no? They established the ICAC, ICAC, Independent Commission Against Corruption. That was mga 20-25 years ago.
Something like that.
Okay.
Mentong, and you know, in
Pero
the
hindi ba ombudsman yon?
it should be, but you know, you have to take care, the ombudsman cannot take care of the whistleblowers. In the United States of America, there is an institution known as special prosecutors. The special prosecutor cannot be dictated by anybody.
Even the president.
Not even by the president. It's independent. The special
Tulad ng
prosecutor
special
can be...
prosecutor ni Clinton.
Oh,
On
correct.
the Lewinsky case.
Oh, well, precisely, that's the
Star.
point. But, you know, to hope that it will ever pass Congress is like the hope of Makalintal. It will, it will never come to pass. What will come to pass if some people, many people, will think about constitutional changes in accordance with the provision of the Constitution.
But also the change of people who control power.
Yes.
So long as those who really control, yung nagaharing uri, yung mga pamilyang Aquino, Cojuangco et al., ang nagahari. Korap yan, kaya naging nagaharing uri yan eh. Traitors yan, collaborator sa Hapon, sa Kano, lahat ng masama. Pero yan ang sinasanto ng Catholic schools and so on.
Hindi, magbabago yun. Hindi naman, you know, the Filipinos are not stupid. The problem is, as of today, we have no leader. There are so many people complaining. I've been to Iba, Zambales. Along the way, I stopped. The same complaints. I just came from Mindanao. The same complaints over and over again. But the problem is who will lead
Okay.
the movement.
Any answers to that? Ako, every Filipino is a leader, ano? But that's not just rhetorical, no? Rod, before we end our program, let me hear from everyone. Abad ulit, Abad.
No. Actually, ang problema talaga natin dito is addicted na tayo sa corruption. Ang corruption dito is masyado deeply rooted na eh. The president down to the barangay councilman. Buti mo yung kagawad.
Yes.
That's
Nakakaya.
SK.
For instance na lang, yung kinukwento ngayon ni Sandra tungkol nga sa witness protection, supposedly they should be protected. I mean, let us not talk about the so-called whistleblower program kasi wala pa naman yan eh. Yung witness protection na lang, dapat entitled siya sa mga yan kasi nakataya ang buhay ng mga yan. Pero what are we doing? And yet we could read and we could see na billion-billion nawawala. Tapos man lang,
Okay,
magkano
we have
lang
to move on.
ibinibigay sa
I think the whistleblowers will encourage more expose. That's really the intention. No?
Opo.
So, Sandra, then we'll end with Bono. Sandra, anong
Kaya
hinahabol?
po namin pinaglalaban ngayon yung whistleblowers bill na maging laye. So, we can encourage a lot of whistleblowers to come out. Pero ngayon, ako mismo, yung mga sex for flight na dumating sa akin, awang-awa ko. Dahil wala, hindi nalagay sa protection ni Dilima. Pero sa salita, sabi niya protection na niya. Pero hindi naman niya nabigyan. Yung mga rape victims ng Riyadh, ganun. Yung mismong driver na nakakita kung paano tatakan ang pasaporte ng Reyes Brothers, dumaan sa Terminal 3 sa arrival instead of departure. Nabigyan ba ng protection? Wala.
Pero may pinoprotection na naman na driver si Delima.
Bodyguard yun.
Okay, Bono. Final 30
You know,
seconds.
in plain and simple terms, what this country needs is a leader. As of now, we don't have a leader. A leader who have plans of what to do. What to do in the country. Nobody, all the candidates here for president have no plans whatsoever.
Okay, my last 5 seconds, I will just say, we lack leaders, we have too many dealers. Ano? Okay, and the House of Cards has its last few months before it entirely collapses. Maraming salamat po and have an enlightened weekend. So, salamat po sa inyo. And